This call is now being recorded.
Hey everyone, this is the Geeky Panda here on the Geeky Panda blog, providing you guys with another video commentary. Now, I am joined with my good friend, Heather. Heather, please announce yourself.
Hello, this is Heather.
Okay, we're good. So, in this video, it's kind of going to be co-op style, talking and all that snazzy stuff. But I'm going to be talking about one thing that's always unique to me: relationships. Oh, this is going to be an interesting conversation to begin with. Now, all you guys are thinking, "Oh my God, you are such a geek. You're such a geek. You are never going to find a girlfriend." Ironically enough, I actually had a few girlfriends in the past, from high school to college. I am not a virgin, you know. I like the sex at time, you know. Get the little some things here and there, but yes, we do good, we do good. But overall, on a very more serious note, out of all my relationships, this one of my exes stands out for just being the, and sorry for my French, Heather, you're not French, right?
No.
Okay, le français, but she stands out as being just a bitch. I'm sorry for language. It's just, she is such a bitch. Seriously here. Like, I've dated, I've had some bitches in the past before, but she just takes the fucking cake. It's not like she's an outright bitch. She's like a bitch in denial bitch. You get what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Like, okay, let me give you the scenario here. Let me give you the groundwork of what happened before, during, and after. Beforehand, her name is actually Chrissy, by the way. Well, we call her Chrissy, but her name's Chrissy. We were great friends in high school. She was a senior. I was technically a sophomore at the time, but I should have been a junior. But long story short, we were really good friends. After a while, I kind of wanted to date her because things were going on so well. We were such great friends. We just, Heather, we just mixed, that melting pot of, friendship goodness. And I thought we can take it a step further. Yes. I thought we could take it a step further. So one day I asked her, hey, I like you a lot, and I was wondering if we can actually go out on a date sometime. And she said, no. It's like, I just want to be friends. It's like, she didn't want to risk it, She didn't want to risk the friendship. She wanted to just be right where we are. I got friends right on the spot here, folks. Right on the fucking spot. Yes, there is language in my video. Language is bad, okay, but it's military bad. Come on, guys. So, after a while, I actually moved away to a different state to live with my dad, and for a time, we actually didn't contact each other until later on. We messaged each other, and it was like, hell, hey, when you haven't, Heather, when you haven't talked to a good friend in a while, you guys start sending messages to each other. It's kind of like that awkward, like, oh, hi.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, it was those awkward messages, and then we started to really just keep in touch with each other now. We talked a lot, and one fateful day, she said, hey, I really like you too, and I would like to go out with you on the, I want us to be, like to go out. And I asked her, wait a minute, girlfriend, boyfriend? You said no because of friend, but it was like crazy. You have an interesting sense of timing here. Saying that to me when I'm halfway across the country. It's like logic. It's like Ancient Aliens has to be.
Yes,
so,
Ancient Aliens.
Yeah, Ancient Aliens. But we actually started.
Aliens.
Yeah, it is aliens. We actually started going out. We started having a long-distance relationship, and we were talking to each other almost every single day. Like, we're talking about what happened to her day. You know, we talked about other cool things. Like, she actually, because I was watching a lot of TV at the time, I kept, you know, I always caught up, you know, was always on top of it on my two favorite shows, Lost and House. But she always called during the shows were on. I kind of tried to tell her, like, hey, Chrissy, can I call you after? Like, why? Like, my favorite TV show is on. I really don't, I'm really not trying to be a bad guy here, but I just really want to know what happens. I swear to God, I will call you as soon as it's done. And sometimes she just kept on talking. So I had this, like, weird moment like, oh, shit. Like, when I'm gaming, that's one thing. I gotta pause it when it gets, like, really deep, but when I'm trying to watch a show, I'm like, ah, fuck!
Yeah.
So after a while, she asked me and say, hey, I know if you say no, that's understandable, but would you want to go to senior prom with me? And I'm like, I instantly said yes. So, here's the deal, Heather. After that phone call, 2 days later, my dad got me a plane ticket to go there.
Wow.
And 4 days before prom, when I arrived there, I got my measurements, sent it out as a priority, and I got my tuxedo and everything, literally the day of prom, few hours to spare. Like, I pulled off the miracle of miracles. Like, I felt like a god after, like, yes! The Asian luck has come through! So after that, we had a great time at the prom, and she wanted me to stay over at her house and stuff like that. So I'm like, but then decided, no, my dad. I'm like, yeah, that'd probably be awkward. Not gonna lie. So I went back home, and then on summer vacation, I went there, and then everything was starting to go great and all that stuff. And then she was like, and then she was invited to a family. Like, her parents loved me, and my parents loved her. My mom invited her to a family dinner, and this was before my stepfather and mother got married when they were still dating. It was a huge family dinner between the two families, like my stepfather, like, and my mother. And we got, oh my God, we were targeted. We were like, oh, you make such a cute couple, you know? And at the end, she wanted to go out for a walk, and I'm like, yes, please, let us get out of this mess. And we had a really great time, on a short walk, and then we were almost back at the house, and then she said, we need to talk. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Long story short, she broke up with me. She said, oh, it seems like you were really you're really good at taking it. Like, no. Like, a lot of glass are breaking right now. So, and the weird thing is, she said one reason why she broke up with me, it actually turned out to be a fake reason. She said it was the timing of it, she's really busy and she can't maintain a relationship. It was actually, she thought we were going too fast. And here's the ironic part, Heather. She said, I love you first. I didn't say that first. She said it first. Like, I tried to... Yeah, I was trying to avoid the four-letter word until things, see where things go. But she was like, oh no, I love you. In a phone conversation. I'm like, okay. So...
You don't ever say something like that in a phone conversation.
Yeah, I know. So after that, we actually hated each other. I tried... She never told me the reason why. Like, that was the reason, but beforehand, I was like, she never told me the right reason. I felt like it was like a bullshit reason. Oh, I'm so busy. And so she finally told me we hated each other, and then fast-tracking it, 2 years ago, now 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I should say, or 4 years ago, I don't know, a lot of shit to go through.
11 years ago.
Yeah. After that, we started talking again, and we were kind of like, it was that socially awkward penguin moment. We were like, hey, hi. And it was really weird because we started talking, and then we're kind of like, hey, I was like, hey, I really valued our friendship. I was wondering, we don't have to date again. I was wondering if we could still, keep our friendship alive. You know, I recommended that. Why don't we do a clean slate? Forget everything that happened. Start anew. Let's be friends. She agreed, and we started being friends. You know, she had boyfriend to boyfriend and all that stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I'm just here. Just saying. Yeah, I was like that. I'm not gonna lie. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Hello?
I'm agreeing.
Oh, you're still there. Oh, volume was down. It was really weird because we started hanging out a lot. We were having really fun. She went through boyfriend to boyfriend, and I kind of noticed that the guys that she dated, kind of had one thing in common. We were all geeks in our own certain ways. Her last one, he was definitely a geek. But me and him, we like looked at each other. We're like, yes, we understand each other. Like, what's up, dog?
Like
we had
the geek, you know, the geek. It's like, yeah.
Well, when she was dating him at the time, we went on a miniature golf. You know, all three of us, and at the end, I noticed that he had a Star Wars lightsaber app on his phone, and I'm like, I got one of mine too. So we busted out our Star Wars app and started like swinging around our phones, making the sounds and having music playing in the background. All she was like, she gave like a face palm, looking like, oh my god, stop it. Like we were like, no, you can't stop the epic battle. And eventually, later on, I started getting attracted to her again. I'm like, oh, fuck. It's like, Panda, you know this shit's not gonna end well. It's like, Panda, you crazy. So, what had happened was, I started developing feelings for her again, but I know it can never work more than a friendship. I know it can never work more than a friendship. I see it, I'm just gonna keep it as is. And eventually, I started having this gut feeling of she's not all that nice as it seems, and type thing. So one day, out of complete randomness, because when I get really tired, I go completely random. It's like drunk me, basically. You may get a text message, you may get a phone call, or you just may get a Facebook message. And I did something really stupid, Heather. I really did.
What did you do?
It makes people's jimmies rustled. Like, this was done goofed moment. I sent her a Facebook message saying, hey, I know I sent you this message late in the night and all this stuff, happy we're friends. But just wanted to tell you, I kinda still like you, not gonna lie. But I understand about being friends still and all that stuff, but I just want to say that, you know, just... And I'm like, I said to myself, what the fuck? And... You never do that, right, Heather? I broke a really bad rule.
Yes, you did.
I really broke a rule, didn't I? Well, the thing was, after that, I never had got a message from her for like weeks. Like, I gave her calls here and there, text messages, say, hey, you want to hang out and all that stuff? And she never really replied back because she was like, oh, I'm really busy. I got this. And I actually saved this so I can like bring it up to her face to be like, here's proof. She sent me a message on October 28th, and it was basically reads as so. This was a missed text, so you know this is gonna be good. It says, in quote, James is so clueless. I know, as in, you know, knowing or stuff like that. Like, I think she would have meant, I know he wants to hang out. Oh dear. I should just tell him we need to put our friendship on hold. End quote.
Oh, Star Wars guns, I have missed you.
Heather, how do you put a friendship on hold? I'm still trying to see the logic and the madness right here.
Yeah.
So, I texted back on the same day saying, I am that clueless, sadly. And a few days later, I said, end quote, I sent her a text. I was surprised because this text message I sent her was actually, it was very, It was a very mature text message.
Wow.
Went to, yeah, I know, like wow, like it said, if you want to put friendship on hold, I'd rather not be friends. I'm willing to play the game, but if you're not, and then it's not worth it. I hate being put on hold like this. I'm sorry, but it's my call. I said that.
Yeah.
I never had a message back. Done deal. And actually, ironically, yeah, I know. Like, she's legit. Ironically enough, I talked with her last ex-boyfriend, which me and him are pretty, we're pretty cool. And we both agreed she is such a bitch. The thing about her is that she is very Christian. She is very religious. Granted, it's not a bad thing, but she's very religious. It's just, like, he was religious too. It's just, she is very one-sided. What? Yeah, well, she is very one-sided in thinking. She's one-sided in thinking. Her parents, she always complains about being very controlling, so I think she has control issues and want to be in control. Because she tried to change some features of the last boyfriend to make him less of a geek and less of who he was. Like, she tried to remodel him and all that stuff. And she was just, she's simply a bitch. What can I say? I don't know how to say this. Like Heather, it's like Heather. It's like, does she sound like a bitch?
Yeah, she does. I wouldn't do anything like that to a guy.
Yeah, like, it just seemed like she just wants to change a guy to suit her needs, but still be unsatisfied because there's always something that's like, oh, I want him to be like Maya. So, if I actually meet her one day, I would literally go up to her. Like, if I see her one day, I would go up to her saying, "Hey, Chrissy." If she's dating a guy, if she's with a guy that she wants to date or is dating, I'd be like, "Oh, hey, who's this?" I would actually tell him. I would look at him and talk to him in like 2 seconds. I'm like, "I'm gonna give you 5 months." I'm like, what does that mean? Like, she's either you're going to break up with her because she's going to try to mold into something that you don't want, or she is going to find you boring.
Seems legit.
Seems legit. So, but in her face, I just really want to say she's a bitch, just to be like, I know I sent her like a very mature message, but
face when you say it.
Yeah. And it's like, well, it's like, I've got on my side. It's like, if you have got your side, what is he giving me so many medical issues? Oh! I know it's a bad thing to say, but still, it's kind of like, I just hate it when girls try to change you into that way, into something that you're not. Very not cool, very not cool. But, wow. This is actually an interesting commentary. It's a lot longer than I thought it would be. So, this is the Geeky Panda here, the Geeky Panda blog. Thank you, Heather, for coming in here and being my backup. It's like, was I in the wrong, or was I in the wrong in any area, except hey, I like you, just saying, but we can still be friends.
Yeah, but it's not really in the wrong. It's just. She is that much of a bitch, so she'd have to deal with it.
He's like, dude, it's like just deal with it. So, but yes, wow, it's actually
bitch to people, so
yeah, it is always true. It's just I always love. I want to have the satisfaction of having the last say and see it on their face. Just making a very valid, good point, and then just walk away. That's it. It is done. Like, I always wish for those moments to be like, ha-ha!
That's a good way.
I found something. I found something. It's like, I don't know. Either way, folks, this is actually a dive into my personal life, my dating life. I actually posted up a video about my relationships, which is probably the only video I'm going to be posting about because it's like the most hilarious one that I can actually say it in. So, Again, Heather, I'd like to thank you for being here. You know, just you're always an awesome person to have. And I'd like to thank you folks for watching the video. You know, keep liking my videos, keep watching, keep subscribing. So this is Geeky Panda here on the Geeky Panda blog, signing out. And remember, stay geeky, my friends.